Hello everyone. So let us continue with the slope deflection method. So application of slope deflection equation is it can be used to analyze. The first thing is continuous beams. The second is frames without sideway swing and frames with sideway swing. Sideway swing means the movement in either of the directions. So before we could start this, so whenever you analyze the continuous beam, so CB is nothing but continuous beam by slope deflection method. So we are going to use these formulas. So the first formula is W AB square by L square. Next is W BA square by L square and W L square by 12. So now these are called as the fixed end moments. Okay. Now how to use these formulas are okay. So you can see here it's a fixed beam, fixed at A and B. Both the ends are fixed and there is a point load at the center, which is exactly at the distance L by 2. Now all this time what we have studied is we have studied the bending moment below the load. So we know that always bending moment below the load would be maximum. And what previously we have studied is both the ends were either simply supported or hinge support or roller support. But now the ends are fixed support. You can see here, both the ends are fixed support followed by a load at the center, which is placed exactly at the half of the distance. Okay, so there are two types here. One is free bending moment. So free bending moment would occur exactly at the center when the load is applied. But because of this fixity conditions, end conditions, so there will be a fixed end moment generated. So now this is called as fixed end moment because it is fixed. So it is called as fixed and it is end. They are at the ends. So it is end and there is a moment getting generated here. So because of this fixed support, there is a moment getting generated. Okay, now how to draw this, how to show this clockwise or anti-clockwise movement is, you can see here, the behavior of this beam is when you apply a point load, obviously the beam will bend like this, downward. Now to stop this downward bending moment, what this fixed support does is, it tries to push it back to its original position. It tries to keep the beam in equilibrium. So it's bending downward. To stop that, there is an anti-clockwise movement which is trying to push the beam upward. Likewise, there is a moment again in this part of the beam. Okay, so there is this portion is getting bent like this. To stop this movement, there is a clockwise movement which is trying to push it back in its to its original position, equilibrium condition. Okay, so if it is there is only one point load acting, then this fixed end movement would be WL by 8. So again, it is because it is anti-clockwise, so we'll write it as, we'll show this moment as anti-clockwise and write WL by 8. Again, same thing. Again, in this part of the beam, there is a W acting here. So this moment would be WL by 8. So the fixed end moments when there is a point load acting, and there is a point load acting at the center. So at the left side, it would be anti-clockwise, so WL by 8, right side clockwise, WL by 8. Similarly, now if there is a point load which is eccentric now, which is not exactly at the center, it is eccentric. Eccentric means at a certain distance from either of the supports. So from certain distance, that is from, you can see here, from left support. So from left support, it is at a distance A, and from right support, it is at a distance B. Okay. So in such circumstances, again, we know that free bending moment at the center would be maximum. The center would be this portion below the load would be maximum. Okay, so that is called as free bending moment. Now, but because it is fixed support here, because it is fixed on both the sides, so now this fixed end moment would be W AB square by L square. Now, how to remember this is, see here, left side, A is towards the left side of the load. So, left side of the load would have only A, but right side of the load would have square of that. So, it is now W A B square by total length L square. Similarly, in this portion, so it is going now anti-clockwise. Okay, again the same concept. This beam is being pushed because of the load, it bends like this. To stop that load, there would be a anti-clockwise movement which would try to push it back to its original place. Likewise, again in this portion, of course I've not shown here, but it is understood that it is going this rotation, this moment is clockwise. So now again the nearer support is B now, so it would be now W. Farer support, the farer support would be square, so far is A square. Near support is, near length is B divided by, actually it is L square. So it is now W A square B by L square. Okay, now these are the possible conditions which will come across. So we are going to be very thorough with these cases. Okay, so the next type, okay, now see here, this is the next type. So it is a simply, again, it's a fixed beam which is fixed on both sides, and there is a UDL acting. Okay, there is a UDL acting here at the center throughout. So that is W. So there's a lot of difference between capital W and small w. You can see here I have written here small w. Capital W indicates point load. Small w indicates UDL. Okay, so again the UDL is trying to push this beam downward. To stop this, there is a fixed support which is pushing back to its original position. Again there is a moment which is created by the fixed support which is try to push it back to the original position. So always you have to remember one thing, that is whenever there is a load acting downward and there is a fixed condition on either side, always the beam tries to bend downward. Now to stop the downward bending movement, there will always, to the left side of the beam, there will be always anti-clockwise movement. Right side, there would be a clockwise movement. So with respect to the given conditions, loading conditions, these fixed end moments will change. Okay, now, so it is a UDL throughout the length. So it is W, length is L. So it is W L square by 12. So left side, it is WA square by 12. And to the right side, it is WL square by 12. So because there is a uniform loading throughout, and left side, that is left side of this moment, so left side would always be anti-clockwise and right side would be a clockwise movement. Okay, the next type would be, usually for your syllabus and for your exam, you'll have these three possibilities, 1, 2 and 3, but at times you should also know what would be the possibilities if it is UDL, okay, uniformly varying load. That is, again, there are two cases in this. Okay, the first case here is, so it is a UDL with 0 at left end and maximum W at the right end. Okay, so again it is fixed on both the sides. So for this condition, again it is a UDL, so UDL will always be represented with small w. So again left side fixed condition, because of this fixed conditions here, again this UDL will try to push the beam downward. Okay, to stop this downward movement, there is a anti-clockwise movement because of this fixed condition which try to push it back. Similarly here also it will try to push it back. Okay, so now, so left side moment would be WL square by 30 and right side moment would be